When I was building this 79 XS 750, I ran into a couple problems that I really couldn't find any answers to. Not easily, that is. I looked everywhere, forums, YouTube, booklets, manuals, nothing, couldn't find any answers. So after I got this bike up and running, everything's done with it, I thought it'd be a good idea to make a video on it. Maybe somebody else who's having the same issues can learn from my mistakes and what I did to fix it. The first problem I had that I really couldn't find the answers to, at least not in English, was the headlight on-off switch. Because after the first crank, headlight came on, drained the battery, and it just got worse and harder trying to start it with the kickstart. So, because I've never wired anything with bikes or even anything before, I was starting from scratch learning how to wire this switch, which is easy for some people, but for me, really difficult. So, I'll be making a video on that for anybody else who's never wired anything before. That video will help you because I'll show exactly how I did it and how you can do it as well. The next issue I had was the electric start didn't work for this bike after I installed that new painted handlebar. So after looking on forums forever, found out electric start is grounded through the handlebars and the paint was causing an issue with that. So I'll show you, I'll take the handlebar off, I'll show you how I did it, how I solved it, and how you can, super easy, super cheap, nothing to worry about, and your electric start will work if that's your problem. Another thing I had to do was the Petcocks for this tank were old, crusty, worn out, didn't work. So instead of spending 45 bucks a piece, I made my own custom ones for super cheap. I think it was like 8 bucks a piece after taxes and all that kind of stuff to make these custom Petcocks. So it cost me literally under 20 bucks to make 2 Petcocks for this tank that work just as well as replacement ones you can buy online for this bike. I'll make another video on that, how I made those super cheap without any fancy equipment. Super easy how to do it. A couple more issues with getting this bike running, with tuning it, diagnosing the problems that it came with when I bought it. A couple things like it was really hard to start, the complete teardown of the carbs without buying new parts. You can get it working without buying new parts. It won't work perfectly, but it will work. So I basically did this whole bike on the cheap. I tried to spend as little money as I can because I had no intentions of getting it running. When I figured out I could, for cheap, I did it, and then the bike started running. And if you want, I can show you another video of all the steps I took to get this bike in a running condition. Another issue I had, I don't know if I'll make a video on it, but I had an issue with the rear tire was leaking at the bead. And because it was shaft drive, and it's a huge pain to take the rear tire off, I had to fix it while it was still on the bike, the bead seal. So if you want, I can make a video on how I did that without taking it off the bike. Those videos will come out soon, and hopefully the issues that I had are some issues that you're also dealing with, and then you can take what I did and try it yourself or adapt or make what I did better, and then hopefully it'll help you with your custom bikes.